Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about this. In this video, we are going to dive deep into the history of the Rubik's Cube. We'll look at how it was invented, the brilliant mind behind its creation, and the fascinating reasons why it was made in the very first place. Get ready to be amazed. To understand the Rubik's Cube, we need to travel back to the early 70s. This was a time when creativity and scientific curiosity were literally booming. During these exciting times, a Hungarian architect and professor named Ernő Rubik came up with an idea that would have changed the world of puzzles forever. Ernő Rubik was born in Budapest, Hungary in 1944. He grew up in Hungary after World War II, a time of rebuilding and change. His parents had a big influence on him. His father was a flight engineer that gave Ernő a strong technical background. His mother was a poet, which brought creativity and artistic thinking into his life. This unique mix of skills helped shape Ernő into who he was. Ernő wasn't just an architect, he was also a passionate teacher and inventor. He loved three-dimensional geometry and structural design. This love for shapes and structures is what eventually led him to create the Rubik's Cube. His fascination for this subject set the stage for inventing one of the most famous puzzles in the world. The idea for the Rubik's Cube started because he wanted to invent something to make his students learn better. He was teaching architecture at the Budapest College of Applied Arts, and he was always looking for ways to make learning more engaging. Rubik really wanted something that could show how objects fit together in space, and he wanted something that students could really touch and move. He asked himself, how can I help my students to learn three-dimensional geometry in a fun and clear way? This question led him to create what we know as the Rubik's Cube. At first, it was just meant to be a helpful teaching aid. But Rubik had no idea that this simple invention would have become way more than that. The Rubik's Cube went on to capture the imagination of millions of people worldwide, becoming a beloved and iconic puzzle. In 1974, Ernő Rubik's deep interest in shapes and geometry led him to create what he originally called the Magic Cube. He was so fascinated by how objects fit together in a three-dimensional space that he wanted to create something that could show that. What makes the Rubik's Cube so amazing is how it looks very simple on the outside, but actually is very complex on the inside. Each Rubik's Cube is a fantastic piece of engineering. Inside, it has very carefully designed parts that let it move smoothly in many different ways. These parts work together to create a puzzle with almost endless combinations, and we'll talk about that later. This means that you can turn and twist the cube in almost countless ways, making it a fun and challenging toy for people of all ages. After receiving a Hungarian patent in 1975, which meant that no one could copy or sell it without his permission, then the cube got the eye of Tom Creamer, the founder of a company called 7 Towns. Tom saw great potential in the puzzle and helped making a deal with Ideal Toy Corp. They decided to rename it the Rubik's Cube and they launched it officially in 1980. Once the Rubik's Cube was introduced in the global market, it quickly became much more than just a teaching tool. It turned into a cultural icon and a symbol of intelligence and problem-solving skills. People all around the world, from casual players to serious competitors known as speed cubers, were fascinated by it. The cube has captured the imagination of people across all different generations, proving its lasting appeal and timeless challenge. Even if the cube became famous all around the world, Ernő Rubik stayed a private and humble person. He didn't seek the spotlight and continued to focus on his work. He kept teaching and inventing, always exploring new puzzles and games to challenge and inspire people. Rubik has also shared his wisdom through books and talks. He enjoys explaining his thoughts about creativity, problem solving, and the ideas behind his inventions, continuing to inspire people with his humble nature and brilliant mind. Fun fact: this is the number of all possible permutations or ways to arrange the cube. To put this into perspective, if each permutation of the Rubik's Cube were to be represented as a standard-sized cube, they could cover the entire Earth's surface 275 times, or alternatively, form a tower 261 light-years high. Isn't that just incredible? The impact of the Rubik's Cube goes far beyond just being a challenging puzzle. Its influence has reached into many different areas of life and culture. For instance, artists have found inspiration in the cube's colorful patterns and complex design, using it to create unique and engaging artwork. Writers and creators have incorporated the cube in their stories and ideas, exploring its symbolism and the sense of order and chaos it represents. Even in the world of mathematics, the Rubik's Cube has inspired new algorithms and problem-solving techniques, demonstrating its value as a tool for exploring mathematical concepts. In addition to this, the Rubik's Cube has made a significant impact in fields like education and computer science. Teachers use it to help students understand spatial reasoning and problem-solving skills, while computer scientists study its mechanism to develop and test algorithms. The cube's reach into such diverse areas show how a single invention can ripple through many aspects of our world, leaving a lasting legacy. So if you enjoyed this deep dive into the Rubik's Cube and its incredible journey, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, let me know in the comments if you want more content like this. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.